Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out this Minka Aire Concept 2 ceiling fan. It's one of the 52-inch brushed nickel. I can't remember their nickel name, but I'm sure I'll put it in the description as I usually do, because as you know, I usually do put more of the accurate stuff in there if I'm not too sure about it when I'm recording. But yeah, this is one of the fans I got for free from the showroom. This is a completely unused display model. It had been there since I was a kid, and it had never been powered up before. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, the wires on this fan were actually still in the original bag, like the little bag that they came in. So that's interesting. But yeah, this fan did give me a little bit of trouble. The air control, the remote control that was supposed to work with it didn't, so I ended up having to dig out my traditional Concept and use that wall control with it, and it seems to run just fine, no problems. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys a close-up of the fan. It is actually a rather quick assembly process for this fan. Well, one complaint though, even though it's kind of cool that the glass looks like it's floating, that you can see the hardware, the screws there, and those hold on the blade arms, and you can't see them, but there are blade arms in there, and they basically are what have the mechanism that holds the blades. Basically, it's like when you're pushing in with the blades, it pushes up, and then there's a hole, and then something comes down and holds it in place, and to get it back up, you need to like hook something, pull it up, and then the little cylinder thing comes out, then you can once again pull the blade back out. And of course the stupid AC turns on when I'm about to record, but this fan has already given me enough problems and I've had enough of a struggle today, so I just do not care. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and of course first run the light. I do get dimming on this one, so there it goes at what I believe is probably full brightness. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and hold the button so I can cycle through all the dimming. And there we go, back up to full. It does actually give out a pretty decent amount of light. Anyways, now I'll go ahead and start the fan on low. One thing about this fan is that it does not move very fast, but it does move a lot of air. My first time walking into that showroom some 12 years ago, the nice woman who worked there until the very end, but then she cut it short a few weeks because she had some stuff that she wanted to do, so they were just like, oh, okay, I guess you can go. But anyways, yeah, she gave me my first little proper showroom catalog, and she also told me this fan was like a helicopter and it moved really good air. And I can only imagine she wasn't talking about this exact fan because obviously this one never ran, but she was talking about just the model in general. I always thought that was so cool that these things were so powerful. As a little like 4 or 5 year old, I really did not have any idea the capacity of air that these fans could move. I didn't know anything back then. So yeah, I always did find this fan really cool, and I loved seeing it until the very last day when I took it down. Did give me some problems, but eventually we got there. All in all, this fan has been super annoying, but hey, we made it. I believe it's from May of 2010 as well, I think is what the date code said. All the dates and information are on the mounting plate with these things. That's just where they put them. Anyways, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the introductory year for these fans. I want to say early 2000s. Well, it's got to be early 2000s. I've got 2007 all the way through current, and I haven't missed a catalog yet. Knock wood. That was just me knocking some of the wood around my basement here. But anyways, yeah, it's always been in there, and I'm not 100% sure on the proper introductory year, but early 2000s is my best guess. Anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and turn it up. So here's medium. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about the finishes they came in. So they came in this one here. There was also like oil rub browns with like taupe blades. They also had a white one, and then a polished nickel one. And they also had, so this is the Concept 2. The Concept 1 was a down rod fan, and that fan came in all the same finishes that this one came in that I just mentioned. But this fan also came in the mahogany finish for quite a while, And for a couple years, it also came in the maple finish. I always thought that maple looked good in the catalogs, but on a review for, I believe, the Artemis, people were complaining that the hardware, like the metal and the non-metal hardware, didn't really match, like the finish didn't. But I always thought it looked good in the catalogs. And there could have been some other finishes from earlier, I can't say. They also had the Concept 2 Outdoor, which looked just like this one. They also had the Concept 1 Outdoor, which looks like the Concept 1. Then they also had the 58-inch Concept 1 Outdoor. Those all came in like the bronze, the outdoor brushed nickel or whatever, and then the white. And then now there's also a Concept 3 and 4. Concept 3 is an updated design and is a bit more slim, and that one is the down rod, and then the Concept 4 is the hugger. They do use LEDs. Well, the Concept 2, 1 and 2 also use LED now. This is an earlier one that does use halogen, of course. I am going to go ahead and take the fan up to high speed. There's not much wobble with this one, so this is one of those that I would probably run at full speed quite a bit. Because, you know, it moves good air, it doesn't really shake. They always have a little bit of vibration to them, but it's not terrible. But yeah, there it is on high. Moving a really good amount of air. Not going very fast. One of these days, I really need to buy one of those RPM counter things that Dan uses in his video. That would be so useful. I've probably got some spare cash, and at some point I'm going to just have to go ahead and buy one of those, or get it once I get money for my birthday or something, because that would be a really fun tool to use. But yeah, this is high. It is moving a pretty good amount of air here. I do like this fan. I do like the model, and of course I do have its traditional brother, the traditional Concept. And as for which one is better, I honestly don't remember. The traditional Concept went up a couple months ago, and then I completely forgot about it. Other than when I had to dig out the control for it, because that is what I'm using now, like I believe I did mention. Anyways, why don't I go ahead and give you guys a close-up so you can hear some of the wind noise off of it. This is definitely one of those fans that does prove that less is more, because it's slow and it's very minimalist, yet it moves a terrific amount of air, and it also does let off a pretty good amount of light. I've turned the fan off. It's quite interesting that this one doesn't give a little click or a tick whenever it is whenever it like gets the signal. Usually the Minka controls do that, but this one doesn't. Yeah, spin down just from low speed was actually quite fast, so I don't know how long this will take. Or quite fast, I'm sorry, I mean quite long. It took quite a long time. But yeah, I do really like these fans. They're cool. I mean, they're not the best. I mean, especially now the build quality's gone down, but they're still decent. They definitely did lie with the CFM saying that these things move like 6,500 CFMs. This isn't a traditional Concept. Well, I don't know what the CFM listing was for this one, but I can imagine it was similar. But yeah, that was definitely an overshot. And Minka did tend to lie about CFM sometimes. They aren't the only ones though, so before you get all annoyed at them, Kichler did it, and I'm sure other manufacturers did as well. The one company that told the truth, and it was a sad truth, was Hunter. A lot of the times those were in the upper 4,000s, which was disappointing because a lot of the Hunters did use a little bit bigger motors, and they still were quite underpowered. But anyways, we're not talking about Hunter. Hunter's stupid. We're talking about Minka right now. But yeah, I do like this fan. It is pretty nice. I always did love seeing this one when I went to the store. I always made sure to look at it whenever I came in, because I did love this fan, and you know, I'll never forget the childhood memories I have with this fan. And what's really great is it's this exact fan. This is the fan, and a couple of the showroom displays are like that. They're all the exact fans I used to be in awe at when I was a little kid, and now I have them right here with me, and I can do whatever I want with them. I can put them up whenever I want and enjoy them, and that is really nice. But yeah, the fan has come to a stop like I expected. Spin down was not very short, but that's okay because that is a sign of decent bearings, and spin downs are quite fun to watch. It's always fun to see which fan is the longest one. At some point, what I'm going to end up having to do is go through every single one of my demos and find the fan that takes the longest to spin down. But that would take a lot of time, so maybe I won't do that. But yeah, I am going to end the video. I've done enough rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.